Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching the Political Vigilante live. Whoa, let me bring that. We don't want the volume too crazy, too crazy, too crazy. Nice. What's up, citizens of Gotham? What's up? Yo, how's everybody doing? Boom, boom, boom. So we are streaming live. I'm going to put this out on the Twitter to let everybody know that they can watch the Political Vigilante. Boom. Now. Boom, boom, boom. YouTube.com/Graham Elwood. Yeah. Hurl. Yeah. Hurl. I was listening to rock and roll. What's up, Buffalo 40? What's up, Lawrence Johnson? What's up, Backyard Politics? You like this shirt? Nikki, thank you for sending me this. I was watching her channel. It's a cool little channel she started out, Backyard Politics. She's a lefty Kremlin puppet, just like me, just like all of us. So if you want to listen to lies coming right from Moscow, watch Backyard Politics. Hello, Kim from Cold Wet 46 Degree, New Jersey. David, Truth to Tweet. What's up? Jeffrey, Heather, Matt S. Charles K. and Big 31st. Shave the Knuckles for Justice. Buffalo 40. Greetings from San Antonio. Anyone else stoned? I'm not. Everyone can see and hear me okay? Everyone can see and hear me okay? Bum, 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 bum. What's up, Carl Knight, Kawhi, LPS YouTube star, hello, Shimshay, namaste. Backyard Politics sent me a perfect shirt. It's a medium, nice and tight around the vegan guns, the way we like it. And I think it goes well with my hair that I just had to cut myself. Oh boy, we're getting tough times, you guys. We're in tough times. You can see, like, right here, you can, if you look, I can feel it. There's a huge divot. I just had clippers and I put a guard on it. I was like, and I don't know. It just goes down. So there's this real, like, and I'm trying to, but I can't really get the back. So I'm worried that I'm going to start growing a mullet. I don't know what's going on. We're in weird quarantine times. I mean, it's not like I forgot to do laundry and I'm wearing a bathing suit under these jeans. Why would you bring that up? Wow, that's weird. Why would you bring that up? That's crazy. Why would I do that? No, I'm not wearing a bathing suit because I forgot to do laundry and I have no clean underwear. Jeez, stop bringing that up in the middle of a live stream. That's weird. That's weird. I shave my toe knuckles. Is that good enough? Yes. Any shaved knuckle is a knuckle for justice. Shave your hair into a mullet for justice. Oh, it's starting. Oh boy. Oh, clip your toenails for vigilante justice. Yeah, I would require that. That's a good thing. You make your mistake, it'll grow out. No problem. I know. Swim gear. Yeah. I'm not cutting my hair until we restore unions for all workers. Oh, Basil. Bold. That's awesome. I mean, you're going to maybe look like a shimshay, but, you know, good for you, pal. Shaving moose. 120 watching, 40 likes. Share this on your social media that I'm live and hit the like button. ILWU Local 13 in the house. Right on. Support your unions. Going to go for the Jumanji look. Right on. Greetings from Canada. Hello, Stephen. Why do you always start with a tasty smoothie? Great question. Because I usually do some type of workout before this. I wake up in the morning. I go on my roof, I meditate, I read some stuff. Maybe I'll do like do some readings, and then I'll make breakfast. And sorry, this smoothie's so goddamn good. Sorry if that's loud in your ears. But smoothies can't wait. And then I usually have breakfast and make some nice loose leaf tea, which I'm going to ask my friend Jeffrey. So that cool tea company I was telling you about, Jeffrey, who's a lefty like us, sent me a bunch of tea, but he's going to offer, before I tell you the website and everything, he's going to give me a coupon code, and I want to give you guys a discount. So, but it's fucking, the tea's so goddamn good. Oh my God. It is so good. He's literally in my phone as Jeffrey Tea Guy. That's my association with him. He's my tea friend. Let's just, I'm going to text him because if you can give me the coupon code now. Jeffrey, there it is. Okay. All right. Sorry. The smoothie, by the way, let me text Jeffrey real quick. But the smoothie was beautiful, unsweetened organic almond milk. Then it was I found this. Hold on. Do you have the coupon code? No worries. Going live every day this week. All right. Yeah. And then I used, I got from the store this like organic banana and strawberry frozen organic. So I put that in there, the power greens, this vegan protein powder, a little unsweetened organic peanut butter, gives it a little boom boom. And then I freeze, and then I mix that mofo, and it tastes great. 200 watching, 94 likes. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Stupid question from the smoothie novice here. Do I need a blender or will a bullet do it? Not a stupid question, boys. Actually, a bullet thing works great. So I'll show you. I have this Ninja. A bullet would work fine, but this here, I'll show you right here. So my smoothie case, you can kind of see it. I'll show you the whole thing. Mine is this Ninja that has, it has two different attachments. One is like a big blender thing. You can make a bigger thing for like smoothies for several people or margaritas or whatever you want to use it to cook all different things. It has a top attachment that you can use it like a Cuisinart thing that chops up, vegetables. You can use it for cooking, but it also has this attachment, which is literally just like a bullet. You put everything in there, all your smoothies and stuff in there, and then you screw that on. And then you click that into the blender, boom, take it out, and then vegan guns, baby. That's how that shakes out. So, yes, a bullet would work fine. And the thing I always, as I'm off camera here, rinsing out my thing in my kitchen. Suddenly this has become a cooking show. The thing I always recommend is just freezing your fruit. You don't need to put ice in there. And I always say, especially like bananas, because, they go brown so quickly. The minute they start to go brown, put them in a bag or some container, put them in your freezer. They're good for a long time in there. And like, I've bought fresh produce from the farmer's market. And the thing I used to do too with strawberries, I used to, cut the leaves off the top. Nah, if you're going to put them in a smoothie, I just rinse off the strawberries. I mean, obviously the ones I put like on cereal or whatever, I'll chop the leaves off. But the smoothies, the strawberries I use for smoothies, I just take the whole strawberry, rinse it off, put it in a bag, and put it in the freezer. And then, so I'm eating the leaves, but you don't taste them in a smoothie. They're fantastic. So I hope that helped on today's smoothie chat. What's the difference between Nancy Pelosi and a refrigerator? Never mind. If you listen to, if you went to the Zoom, the comedy show that Ron and I did yesterday on Zoom, it was, I did Nancy Pelosi called into the show, which was fantastic, and gave us some tips on how to eat ice cream in their mansion. So it was really, Nancy was really helpful. Great way to support the show is what these folks are doing. Hit that little dollar icon button at the bottom and you can donate. And I get 100% of that transaction, what's called transactional revenue. YouTube charges you a little fee that goes to them, but the full amount, like Carl Knight is supporting the show for $10. I get that whole $10. It's a great way to support the show. And hit the like button. Carl, shave your knuckles for justice. Hold on. I'm getting Carl's question, what's it like to live in sobriety? I think it's fantastic. I stopped drinking March 5th, 2002, and I really couldn't, I wouldn't want to go back to that, waking up the next day and whatever. And I like being clear-headed, and especially to do this show and to be a comedian. Plenty of my comedian friends, they like, they enjoy weed and some drinks or whatever. It's whatever. If that, whatever that works for you. If it gets out of control, then I would suggest going to a 12-step meeting. I mean, I absolutely love it. I mean, somebody asked me a while ago, and I just said, I don't want to be numb to the world. Because for me, I was sort of numbing out to the world and didn't want to face myself. And when you get sober, for me, at least, it was, I had to really face myself. Now I know, all these years later, and support groups and all that stuff, and then dealing with, if you watch my Me Too video that came out a little over a year ago, I had repressed memories coming forward of being abused and all this other stuff. And so that's probably was motivating a lot of my, that behavior. So drinking and stuff. And part of it is, I've been a stand-up comedian since I was 18 years old. So there was sort of this, and Los Angeles, Hollywood as a comedian is just sort of suspended adolescence. There's no like, I know a lot of people like, oh, I drank in college and we partied, and then I got a regular job and settled down, and now I don't really, do that stuff. But as a comedian, it's just, I mean, you can drink, you get free drinks every night. The audience buys you shit, drink. I mean, it's easy to just like, and I just noticed too, even when I wouldn't go out and get, hammered, I just have a couple of drinks. I was in my 30s and I just would wake up just a little foggy, just like I didn't like that. And, and I could, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of funny stories I could tell and stuff we did that was drunk when we were drunk. That was funny and hilarious. And then there was times I could be an asshole, and I just didn't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a dick. So I love it. And when I first got sober, it was like, oh man, I'm having to face myself and feel all of these feelings, and really, that's a lot for some people to take on, especially if you had any sort of childhood trauma. I totally understand why people with childhood trauma like do the drugs and the alcohol thing. I totally get why that happens. But for me, it's sort of like, if I do that, then I'm letting them win. I'm letting the abusers win. Then they already took enough from me. You know what I mean? Like, they already took it. I didn't ask for that as a kid. So somebody just decided to take away my joy and take away my ability to say no and take away a lot of things. And so if I were to continue down that path, then A, I'm no better than them. If I just become some asshole or whatever, and B, then I'm letting them dictate what my life is like. And fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck them. So they don't get that. They don't get to take anything more from me. I got it. I re-owned it. They can suck it. Hope that answers your question, Carl. Shave your knuckles for justice. One of the people, what's up? Have you seen those doctors in California reading off the death rates for COVID? Stay amazing, brother. Yeah. I've seen a lot of interesting things. I've seen some people in the medical community and even officials saying they're calling everything COVID. Or even like the person, somebody passes away and they had COVID in addition to a bunch of other things. And they're saying, oh, well, that's a COVID death. And it's like, wow, they had pneumonia, maybe they had emphysema, they had all these other things. Now, if they didn't have COVID, would they have died just with those symptoms? It's hard to say, but to call it as exclusively a COVID death, if they had other things, that's the thing where I'm like, yeah, I want to see more research. I want to see more data. That's all I want. I just want more research and more data. And I think that's what most doctors and scientists that are like legit want, is just the more data you get, the more information we get. So that's what I want to see. Oh, Porno Dorino, keep the wonderful work, Ramp. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the show. I really appreciate it. You all support the show in such amazing ways. 300 and some people watching, 155 likes, hit the like button. And it's crazy how much support I've gotten through this. Lost all the road work, obviously, over a month ago when the shutdown happened. And I don't know when they're going to allow 100 people gatherings to watch comedy. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm assuming it'll happen before they do like big sporting events and concerts. Obviously having 5, 10, 20,000 people together, that's a year away is my guess. And I don't know what a 100-person comedy show is going to look like, maybe, but the fact that you all have really rallied around this show and what I'm doing, and I used to go, do live streams like twice a week. Now I'm doing it 5 days a week. Monday, tomorrow, I will be live 8 o'clock Pacific, exclusively on Rockfin. So Mondays, 8 o'clock Pacific time is going to be that's my home base on Rockfin, and an exclusive live stream that you can only watch at rockfin.com/Graham. And then, so literally I'm going live 6 days a week. If you count the live comedy show that Ron and I do on Zoom on Saturdays, that's every Saturday, 5 p.m. So I kind of have to do as much as I can, and I'm trying to drop at least 2 to 3 clips a day. Some days if I'm going live, maybe I'll just drop 2 clips in a live stream, but I'm trying to get out as much content as I can. So I'm busting my ass, and you all are supporting me in so many different ways. It's amazing. People have been donating to me on Venmo, which is great, which is at Graham-Elwood. People are donating on PayPal. People are going to my site and buying stuff. Go to GrahamElwood.com. Everything ships on exclusively on the U.S. Post Office. So I'm using union labor, and I'm trying to save the post office. Help save. I don't know that I can do it single-handedly, but if 10 million of you buy, then and that's union labor. And so, and you're all supporting me in so many different ways. And you're sending, like, you know, this Back Hair Politics sent me this shirt. So again, forgetting to do laundry, this helps. So, beaches are open in parts of California. What gives? Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Some mayors are and county, some in Orange County are open. I think some in Ventura County are open. Los Angeles County is completely, they're shutting down, and they're even saying, hey, if you live in LA County, do not drive to these other places. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, sure, I want to go back to go outside and do stuff, but it's also like, I don't know. You know, I see like Georgia and Louisiana opening back up for business. That worries me that like everything's going to be great. We're going to open up and the numbers are going to spike again and they're going to have to shut everything down. So I don't know, man. I saw your live stream that you showed Granny Petrol to Ron Placone, and it's hilarious. I tweeted out, but the links to women's LinkedIn profile. Okay. World Health Organization says there's no evidence of immunity to COVID. Yeah, who knows? It might be that you get it and just those people that don't show symptoms. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, man. Just need more day. I'm just so nuts. So please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Matt S. What's up, Matt? Thank you for supporting the show. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Sorry I missed your comedy show last night. Here's some smoothie dough. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I will say this. I put the Zoom comedy show, which is a ticketed event. It's $5. I put it on Patreon if you're at the $5 level or higher at Patreon, you can watch the whole live Zoom progressive comedy tour show online whenever you want. And I've tried to put it on Rockfin, but it's a file size issue, and I just haven't gotten around to cutting it into 2 parts because I have to make it premium. Like if you have to pay for it, you have to pay for it wherever it is. I can't, that's not fair to people that pay for it, that then other people get it for free. So I will try to cut up. I got so much fucking work to do. If I were to get some goddamn stimulus money, I could hire some people to help me out. You know what I'm saying? Which means it'd be better for all of you. I could put more content out there. I wouldn't have to work as much. I could have a little more, I could rest and be more fired up, you know, and have to do this. And then I could do what the fucking thing's supposed to do. I could give some work to some people that need it. The kid that's editing my Russia doc, you know, he's scraping by trying to get work, and I owe him money for that. And anyway, that's bullshit. I haven't gotten that $1,200. I got turned down for unemployment. I'm told I can reapply on April 28th. A lot of freelancers got turned down in this first round, so I'm going to reapply on April 28th, and maybe I'll be included in this next round. And then I got turned down for the SBA loan because it all got scooped up in the first 30 minutes, thanks to big corporations finding a bullshit loophole. Or it was given to them. So I did a whole video on that and Steve Mnuchin, and then I'm going to look into the PayPal protection loan, but I don't want to go into debt. I've just got to be real clear. I do not want to go into debt. If I can if they'll just forgive the loan and it becomes a grant, great. But I'm not coming out of this thing with more debt. Fuck that. I mean, maybe if there was like a super low interest loan and I could consolidate some of my debt and get it at lower interest rates, maybe. But if they just gave me, oh, you're a small business owner, here's 10 grand or something, I'd go, great. And I'd hire, and if they said, you got to use 75% of it, 7,500 has to go for labor, I'd be like, done. And you got to spend 1,000 on, you know, buying equipment, and then the 1,500 you can pay yourself. I'd be like, awesome. 7,500 in labor, I could hire editors to do more, get more content banged out there, like all of this stuff. Fucking makes me so mad. But anyway, thanks, Matt S, for supporting the show. I went off on a thing. So yes, the live comedy show will be available on Patreon at the $5 level. And I'm looking to the last two, I haven't had time to cut into 2 parts and make them 2 smaller video files. So then I can upload them on Rockfin and make them premium videos. Rockfin only has one. Rockfin's kind of like, is like YouTube. The videos are free, and then there's $10 premium on Rockfin. You become a premium member. Then you can watch all the content creators' premium content. Similar to YouTube. YouTube does it $10 a month, and you can watch everything ad-free. And when you have that membership on YouTube and you watch my videos, I get paid. So any video you watch, if you're a YouTube premium member, I get paid. So let's go over all the ways you can help the show. Like right now, hit the subscribe and bell notification button. Even if you've done that in the past, those 2 things might have been undone, unbeknownst to you and me. Just comments in the video section on YouTube and on Rockfin, liked, endorsed. That helps the analytics, and sharing the videos out on your social media, that helps the analytics on it. And obviously, you can go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and support the show, or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood and support the show. Those ways hurt. There's help. Go to grahamelwood.com, buy merch. There's the PayPal button. There's a PO box. Some people feel more comfortable sending me, cash or money orders because they don't want to deal with the internet. I get it. There's Venmo. And then another great free way to support the show is to listen to my Pandora channel. My 2 comedy albums are on it. Free comedy. Thumbs up on all my tracks. I get residual income just by you listening. So you get free comedy. Me and the other comedian, the other artist, we get paid. It's a good way. Anna Maxa, shave your knuckles, Anna. Boom, boom. Portland's Transport. Thank you for supporting the show. I woke up this morning and I was a little bummed because I was like, oh, I should be waking up in a hotel room in Portland, flying back to LA. This is the weekend we were supposed to do Portland and Seattle, and we were going to shoot a comedy special in Portland. And I had this whole almost new, hour of material that's all political, and I had an editor lined up, and we had a camera crew lined up, and it was like we were going to sell some of our crypto from Rockfin because they pay us in a cryptocurrency there. Because the crypto, the Ray currency that they make there was trading really well, like in January. We're like, dude, we could sell some of this. It will pay all the production costs and the editing. And I had an editor lined up. And I was like, dude, we can make a comedy special. Ron and I each were going to have our own comedy special. I got camera guys lined up. And we were going to have these awesome specials. My editor was like, he's an editor I've used before. I know a handful of very good editors, and this guy's like rocks for me. He does great work, and he would have turned this around quick, and we would have had comedy specials probably out by the end of May, beginning of June. And we would have had an audio downloadable version for you to buy, and we would have maybe released. It would have been exclusive on Rockfin for the first month or something like that. And I was talking to the Rockfin guys about making it the first ever crypto financed, comedy special. And I love Portland and Seattle. And we were both of those shows were on pace to sell out. They were going to sell out. I mean, it's just it was going to be awesome. And then all this shit happened, so I just was a little bummed. We're all giving up stuff. We're all losing stuff. We've all lost work and everything else. And so I'm not sitting here woe is me. I'm the only one who's ever suffered. But it just bummed me out, man, because doing the Zoom shows has been really cool. And hearing laughter last night and doing some of my act and doing some bits and doing the Granny Petrol and the characters and all that shit was awesome. But it also is when you get a little taste of something you really loved doing pre-quarantine, and it's nice to get something's better than nothing for sure. But for me, sometimes I'm just it was awesome last night, but it also reminded me of how much I miss performing live and how this weekend would have been fucking awesome. Yeah. So it just came to my mind when I saw Portland Transport. Which is your favorite third party? Well, I voted Green in the past. I voted down ballot Greens. I voted for Jill Stein. I voted for a Green on my city council in 2018. I've even voted Libertarian in the past, just because if it's just like, it's like some primary or something, and there's just a Libertarian running against a Republican, I'll vote for the Libertarian. I'm excited about the possibility of movement for a People's Party. Like, I'm excited for the possibility of the formation of a new third party. If Jesse Ventura gets the nomination for the Greens, there's a good chance I might support that guy. I obviously love so much about the Green Party's platform, and I've had Jill Stein on this show several times. She's fantastic. The People's Party, the Movement for People's Party, I've met a lot of them. So many of you have come to my live shows, and I love that I see how grassroots active they are in every little town Ron and I go to. There's like people there, and they show up, and they got the booth, and they're signing names up, and I'm like, that's what it's going to take. I'd love to see some big name people like get a coalition of independent third party voters and start like I've talked about, get the Greens, get the labor union people, get some libertarians involved, get independents to form this third party that's like so strong and powerful, and it would represent more than the two corporate parties would represent. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I don't know. I know sometimes I give these kind of tangential answers, but some things require a more complex answer. So I hope that answered your question. Hannah Raggard, what's up, Hannah? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. You and your smoothies rock. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much. Boom. Look at those vegan guns. That's what the smoothies give you. Vegan guns. That would be my campaign slogan. Vegan guns 2020. Who wants it? Pandering girl. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Fist bump, boom, 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 boom. Basil Peterson, what's up, Basil? Always great to see you on the show. My favorite antiviral is fresh garlic dipped in a little salt. Yeah, great. Yeah, let's talk about some garlic. I know like eating raw garlic is like, whoa, it's an intense thing. But chopping up some garlic it's not nicknamed Russian penicillin for nothing. It's an amazing antiviral. I've also heard on the news they have been treating COVID patients with zinc, vitamin C, and then like an antiviral medication. So I eat some type of citrus every morning with breakfast. Like I get these little tangerines or these oranges or grapefruit. So I have that every morning. I take zinc and echinacea, and I have this elderberry stuff, which I use, and I got to go get more of them. It's got echinacea, zinc, and vitamin C. It's going to keep your immune system, because the thing for me, like, if I were to get COVID, I just want my immune system as strong as it possibly can so that I can deal with it and not have to get hospitalized. And even though I have Obamacare, I don't want a $20,000 hospital bill. But the stimulus plan says you won't have to pay for that. Oh, well, if the federal government and the two amazingly corrupt parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, say I won't get stuck with it, then I believe them. Just like when they told me I'm going to stay in my home and they're going to restructure my mortgage. And then, that's why I was able to, oh, wait, no, they fucked me and 6 million other people and stole my home. So, yeah, I trust taking all natural antiviral medication more than I trust the federal government and the moron Democrat and whorehouse Republican parties. Thank you, Basil. Anthony, shave them. Entire Department of Homeland Security, abolish it now. I agree. But we got to keep safe. We got to be safe. How are we going to be safe? Oh, no, we're less safe with that. Pomo Dorino. What's your favorite hashtag Trump appointed trademarked antiviral? 1, inhale chlorine. 2, snort sodium hydroxide. 3, vape toilet cleaner. This is parody, YouTube robots listening to this. YouTube robots, this is parody. I'm doing parody. This is comedy. I don't want them to just shut it down. 457 watching, 284 likes. Hit the like button. I take 30 milligrams of zinc a day in my multiple 2,000 milligram D3 and 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. 10 pots for the win. Oh, dude. Boy, that's a tough one. I don't know. Pomo Dorino. Trump's got some good ideas. I think him and Granny Petrol, like, if she's not working on his science team, I don't know what's going on over there. She's got great ideas. George Allen, shave your knuckles for justice. I got 28 bucks. Here's 5. Oh, wow. Thank you, George. I really appreciate that. You support the show a lot. I really appreciate it. Anthony, local Michigan media, ignoring Flint hush payoffs. Of course they are. Because if you watch Status Quo, Jordan Sheridan's been on top of that for the last, like, 4 or 5 years, man. He's... God. It's so corrupt. It's still... They still have contaminated water there. Let's do a segment, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. Oh wait, I forgot to do this. Oh wait. Gotta record on the audio side. On the audio side. Down. All right, let's see what we're at here. Hold on, citizens of Gotham. My name is Grant Heldt with the Political Vigilante. Go to grabheldt.com, ladies and gentlemen. Buy yourself Live from Afghanistan DVDs, only 15 bucks. Everything includes free shipping. Free shipping, and I ship with the post office. And everything except the shirts, unless you want me to. It's hard to autograph the shirts. But the books and the DVDs, I can autograph, personalized. I'll make them out to you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Graham Heldt, and you are watching a Political Vigilante. Look at this graphic come up, made by Pat the Batman fan. He is somewhere deep inside Gotham. And then I got you guys submitting stuff through patreon.com. This was submitted by Patreon supporter Tim Stack. Tim, thank you so much. I only can do the articles mainly that are through the $5 submit a topic. I have to limit that to 40 people because there's literally 450 or 500 Patreon supporters, so I can't do all the articles. But that $5 level, boom. He said this. He's been supporting the show since day one. The Long New Deal. Now, what this goes into, and this is a long, and I'll put the link in the show notes, but this is a long study done comparing FDR's New Deal and how it can work with a Green New Deal today. And then there's another little article showing an example. So this is a very lengthy study. I'm going to just kind of touch on it. I highly suggest you read into the details of it because it's very well documented and researched, and link on it's reference this study, and there's a hyperlink to go read that. So it's a lot of stuff. I just want to give you the broad strokes here, and I thank Tim for supporting the show and sending us. Tim sent us great stuff about fracking in Colorado and all kinds of wonderful stuff like that. And you've been supporting the show since day one, Tim. Very much appreciated. I literally can't do the show without your support, so thank you. The U.S. Green New Deal proposed to work collaboratively with farmers and ranchers in the United States to remove pollution and greenhouse gas emissions from the agricultural sector. Members of the American Farm Bureau criticized the proposal as totally unrealistic. And this is, again, where they reference the Nebraska Farm Bureau. The National Farmers Union, one of the more left-leaning of the large farm organizations, snubbed the Green New Deal for not recognizing the essential contribution of rural America. What the study is bringing up is showing that there is some disconnect between rural America. And then it goes into, and I'm going to touch on it, how to bridge that gap. Because right now, the Green New Deal is viewed as this like liberal thing, right? And Fox News calls it crazy and how we're going to pay for it. And not that everybody in rural America is a Fox News watcher, but that's a big percentage of their audience. And a lot of rural America and farmers and are, very red-leaning states that many of them voted for Trump to help them out. But the study is showing the disconnect, and then it's going to show how to bridge it, because we have to get over the clear-cut misinformation that is funded by the oil lobby. I've done video after video on this showing how the oil lobby funds misinformation. One of them, when this Green New Deal came out and AOC started pushing it, it was one of the good things AOC has done. She's starting to slide more down the corporate slide. She wants to be buddies with Pelosi more, so we're not going to hear as much pushback from her. Disappointing. Her and the squad, not who we thought they were. But her getting the Green New Deal, many people way before her have come up with this, talked about it, independence, the Green Party itself, many politics. But her getting it in the mainstream media was actually significant, that everybody now knows what it is. And of course, Sean Hannity did a video saying she wants to outlaw milk and cows and planes, whatever, don't have all that crazy response. But there is some influence. So some red state voters, and they and some people in the rural community, they watch Fox News and they get their information there. And so rather than chastise them in the same way that the neoliberals get their lies and bullshit from MSNBC and CNN, we have to just, this paper is is effective at how do we bridge that gap and get them, because a Green New Deal actually would absolutely help the agricultural community, because they are getting screwed over by big agro, right? By people like Monsanto. Monsanto is spending money to say, oh, Green New Deal's bad, it'll hurt the farmer, right? That's their tactic. Well, it'll hurt the farmer. Wind farms are going to hurt the farmer. That's the scare. Keep everybody scared. Farmers and others active in America's rural society movements have written enthusiastically about the Green New Deal and its possibilities for family farms. They're showing like the bigger organizations are like, oh, Green New Deal's bad, but a lot of individual and family farms are going, and this study was done pre-pandemic. I'd really love to know where it's at now. I bet you there's even more people in rural America going, more farmers and more small farmers, and going, wait a minute, we need this now. Because we've seen a bunch of farmers destroy eggs and milk because they had some big contract and they had to get rid of it, which is just like there's people living in the streets and we're throwing food away. That's happening right now in a pandemic. And yet grocery stores are essential businesses. About how it might spur things like rural repopulation, parity pricing models, and climate-friendly agriculture. These are key things I just want to touch on. Rural repopulation. So in this globalization world of the last 20, 30 years, people have been leaving rural areas because there's better jobs in the big cities, the tech jobs and the white collar jobs and all that stuff. So this is like people are I got a cousin who has a farm in Montana, a huge farm, and is talking about how tough it is, expensive-wise. Parity pricing models. So that's a big thing. The crops and the big agro companies are, what just like Walmart does. The same way Walmart, and this is, I'm talking very generally here. So somebody who owns a farm can go into more specifics, I'm sure, if they're watching this. But just in the same way, Walmart comes in, all of its products are shipped thanks to NAFTA and other arrangements like that. They're made overseas. So Walmart comes in, they're pricing because they can, get 100,000 units made at 50 cents a piece. They can undercut the small business owner, the mom and pop store that can only afford to buy 500 units at, $2 a piece. I'm just picking round numbers. So that's how Walmart has just systematically wiped out. Amazon is doing the same thing. Well, the big farm, it's doing the same thing. They come up, they buy, a 10,000 acre plot of land, and they make this, soybeans or whatever to sell on a mass scale. And the small farmer that only has, 50 or 100 acres of land is getting squeezed out. What a Green New Deal would do is parity pricing models to help the small farmer. And this is the thing, part of a real Green New Deal. And again, just Green New Deal, we got to be careful. They can just be co-opted by the Democrats, the Pelosi's and the Schumers and everyone else that I don't trust anymore. Even Bernie, Tulsi, and the squad, I don't trust them anymore. So just like, oh, I'm a progressive. Kamala Harris is a progressive. Oh, when you're jailing Black men for smoking a plant, that's when you're being progressive. So we got to be careful again. Green New Deal, what does that mean? Liz Warren's greening up the military. Oh, awesome. Rockets powered by biodiesel. People in the Middle East will love that. Or a real Green New Deal, like Bernie had before he just gave up and quit. And climate-friendly agriculture. Now is the opportunity. Especially, look, a year ago, the Midwest was flooded and we lost a lot of crops. That's an opportunity. And then what's happening now with the pandemic and how it's affecting farmers to go, hey, we really need a Green New Deal. We need stuff made here. We need pricing parity so the small farm doesn't get muscled out by the big corporate farm. So this is what they're talking about. There's these writings talking about how to present this stuff. Might spur things, rural repopulation, parity pricing, climate-friendly agriculture. Were these writings to be presented in meetings and discussions around the Green New Deal in rural America, it might well be the case that an increasing number of farmers might see their interests aligned with the policy. Right now, it's presented to them as just the liberal thing. These people in big cities, they don't understand what the farmer goes through, so I don't want to hear it. But this needs to be presented like this is how it can help you. There's farmers that have put up wind turbines that have actually helped their business. So this is how you spell it out. You get people within the farming community, within the industry, to say, no, here's how a Green New Deal helps all of us. It helps the small farmer. And that's a big part of what the New Deal helped workers. And I'm going to get into that in a second. The Green New Deal would help workers, including farmers, right? The New Deal's victories were achieved not because the nation united behind them, but because the nation was profoundly divided. This is one of the parallels. So you got to remember, when FDR passed the New Deal, this country was divided. We were in the middle of the Great Depression. People were blaming, there was labor riots and strikes, and there was the haves and the have-nots. Sound familiar? There was the big capitalists, the big robber barons, the Rockefellers and those people, right? Everyone was mad at Hoover. They called tent cities and shanty towns back then, they called them Hooverville. The New Deal sat at the conjuncture of global financial and ecological crisis and class struggle. Exactly what we're going through right now, right? We're seeing that. Low-income neighborhoods not getting as much testing. COVID is spreading worse. They're not getting as good of healthcare because we have a for-profit healthcare system. You're a rich celebrity athlete. Boy, you got tested immediately. You got great service. You got a ventilator. You boom, boom, boom. The rich neighborhoods, drive-through testing. The poor neighborhoods, thoughts and prayers. Same thing was happening. They weren't dealing with a pandemic, but they had just actually come off of one, the 1918 Spanish flu, where 50 million people died worldwide. That was 10 years. They were only 10 years after what the stock market crash was 29. So it's 2018 or 1918 and 1929. That's the time for, you're talking about 10. That's not a long time. So we are in the middle of a pandemic and an economic crash. We are ramping into a giant depression. I've talked about this before on this show. 60% of the population didn't have $500,000 in savings before the pandemic. There was a housing bubble before the pandemic. There was a car loan bubble before the pandemic. Student loan bubble before the pandemic. And now people, May 1st is right around the corner. So there's going to be now a second month of people not working, not being able to pay their bills, not being able to pay rent, falling behind on car payments and mortgages and this and that and everything else. And you're told you can't work. In the late 20s and 30s, that's when the labor movement really got steam. We're seeing this now. And class struggle, the New Deal set and class struggle. Interest in a Green New Deal offers a chance to revisit the history of the original New Deal, and in particular, the tactics and strategies around counter-hegemonic militancy. Labor militancy in the U.S. is on the upswing. In 1918, there were 20 major strikes involving 485,000 workers. We've talked about it on the show. A lot of those were teachers' unions, right? This paper was done pre-pandemic. This number has got to be higher just in the last month. Amazon's gone on strike. All the fast food workers, grocery workers, there's strikes all over the country happening right now. People saying, I'm not going to risk myself for minimum wage to get COVID and die. You can't even give me gloves and a mask, and you're not giving me hazard pay. I'm not getting you. Now is the time. The American worker, now is the time to unionize. The American worker has never, the last time American workers had this much leverage was back then. In 1919, this is 10 years before the stock market crash, right after Spanish flu had happened, just to give you some context. So we are what, 10 years after the last recession? We're in the middle of another one that's only going to get worse. The U.S. saw 3,630 strikes involving 4,160 workers, about 4% of the country's total population. This number is about what is that percentage? We have 330 million people? It's like 0.4% or something of the population. I don't even know what that is. This is in 1919. Before the stock market crash. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Do you see how this we are actually while this is awful and scary for everybody, this is the opportunity here. History is showing us what to do. So now is the time for unionizing anywhere. You work in a grocery store, get involved in a union. You're a fast food worker, get a union. You drive for Grubhub, get a union. Either find one that's pre-existing and they're probably already out there, or start your own. But find a pre-existing union if it exists and get in there. I don't know. Is it the taxi cab union? I don't know what it is. I know there's grocery store unions that are in certain states. Get unionized. Unionize Amazon. Imagine if Amazon and McDonald's, every Amazon and McDonald's worker went on strike until there was a union. America would back that. America now would back that because everyone is in the same, well, I don't want to say same boat. Everyone's in the same storm. Some people have big, nice yachts with, they might be in the same storm, but they're in a yacht with an open freezer where they can get, access to $200 worth of ice cream. Or they can be in, like the way The Rock has an in-home gym that's bigger than my apartment complex. And then there's some of us in rafts that are doing on boats or doing okay, a little 20-foot skiff or something. Some of us are in fucking clinging for dear life onto a volleyball that we painted a face on and we're calling it Wilson because that's the only friend we've got. So now is the time. Now is the time. I'm telling you, you work at any of these places, organize a union. Start doing the research. Because America, we're all seeing this. We're all like, wow, these frontline workers are, because sometimes people strike and they're like, oh, these people are, we've all been propagandized to celebrate billionaires and big corporations and celebrities and all that stuff that we used to look down on the worker in America. Now everyone's shit, man. You're bagging groceries at, $10 an hour and you're putting your life, thank you. You're making food, thank you. Everyone's like, so now's the time. So if everyone said I'm going on strike, everyone would get your back. And if someone was outspoken, some jackass in the media went, they shouldn't be striking, they'll get shouted down really quickly. Now is the time. And there's other little ways too. Again, this article was part of the submission by Tim Stack. Amid the coronavirus crisis, mutual aid networks erupt across the country. So I'm talking about, we got to get creative. We got to circumvent this awful, brutal capitalist system. Unionize within it, general strikes, right? And then this kind of stuff. As the government response to the pandemic falters, that's a kind word, falters. No, we're all being told, sorry, eat it. The federal government's just going, not my fault. I haven't got my $1,200 yet. I got turned down for unemployment insurance and turned down for the small business loan. Thanks. So I'm going live 6 nights a week because I can't wait for them to take care of me. I just got to stay in my apartment and make videos because if I get COVID, I'll go to I have Obamacare, but it sucks. If I was hospitalized for 2 weeks, I'd have a $10,000-$20,000 hospital bill. Oh yeah, the CARES Act is going to pay. No, it's not. That's what they said about my house and they stole it. So I don't believe. And Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, the Republicans, the Democrats, they're all parasites and liars. I'll never vote for either of those two parties ever again. Anyway, as the government response to the pandemic falters, mutual aid projects, a staple of social movements for decades, are rising up to meet people's basic needs. This was March 27th. So that's part of a strike. Well, if I go on strike, I'm not getting paid. And if I'm not even part of a union, there's not even like strike pay. So what do? Well, organizations like this. Let me tell you something. If every McDonald's worker went on strike, I'd go down there and give them food. I would. I'd go down there and give them food. I'd show up and give them food. Well, here's some food for everybody. Here's some canned food, whatever. I'd give you some food. We recognized that we couldn't rely on our current system in place and needed to take care of each other directly, said Janelle Walter of the Tacoma Mutual Aid Collective. This is about what they were doing in Tacoma, Washington. Start a collective like this where you live. We got to look out for each other. The government doesn't give a shit about us. They gave $4.25 trillion to banks. They care about the banks. Oh, thank God someone's got the banks back. Boy, if those billionaires on Wall Street, boy, I feel so bad for them. Man. Especially the ones that are friends with Jeffrey Epstein, like Bloomberg. Boy, they're good people. You're friends with a billionaire, sex trafficking, pedophile. Boy, you're solid. You need a government bailout for sure. The Tacoma Mutual Aid Collective formed quickly. They just formed it from people who wanted to create a strong system for supporting those most affected. Mutual aid is the idea that humans should help humans, even and especially outside any market forces, said Brett O'Shea of the Nebraska Left Coalition, another organization. Unionize, demand, don't concede, and start your own collectives taking care of each other. Because you want to know what? Capitalism is showing us in real time that it is mean and cruel and it literally kills people. There's people protesting to go to work because they need money so bad. I don't agree with them, and I think they've just been so propagandized by the corporate machine that they don't realize how badly they're being used. Something is wrong with the economic system of our nation. Something is wrong with capitalism. We don't hear this speech a lot from Dr. King, do we? Maybe America must move toward a democratic socialism. We must develop programs that drive the nation to the realization of the need for a guaranteed annual income. Dr. King, September 14th, 1966. A little less than 2 years later, he was assassinated. Is Cuomo reading this quote on MSNBC? Has Anderson Cooper read this quote yet? I don't know. Did Whoopi Goldberg read this on The View? Gee, I haven't heard them. Did Joy and Reid ever read this? I haven't heard them read it over there. Does the one black person that's on Fox? Oh, wait, they don't have any black people. I'm reading it. I'm the political vigilante. That's why you get your news here, because I'm not a filthy corporate liar. I'm supported by you, the viewers. I'm not supported by Amazon. I'm not supported by Raytheon. I'm not supported by Shell Oil. I'm not supported by McDonald's or Coca-Cola. None of them buy ad time. Verizon, they don't buy ad time. Ford, they don't buy ad time. The ads that play on YouTube ahead of mine, I get a little clickable income from that. But they can't tell me what I can and cannot say. So when you let those ads play, you're letting those big corporations pay me. It's kind of a nice little Robin Hood, isn't it? Shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you, Tim Stack, for that segment. How's everybody doing on the live stream? Boom, boom. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be talking for just about an hour. Boom, 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 boom. 527 watching, 390 likes. Hit the like button. The real fear of being fired is preventing strikes, but now you have nothing to lose. Exactly. Exactly. That's always was the fear ahead of before the pandemic. Well, I don't want to strike, but I mean, if I strike, I'm going to lose my health care. I got 3 jobs. I can't work now. So your options are you're just not working if you're in a furlough job. But if you're an essential worker, so it's like if I gotta work, I gotta go work in a place that's not safe. They're not cleaning. They're not giving me hazard pay. They're not giving me the proper gear. I'm potentially exposing myself to this COVID-19. Those are the choices. That's why now's the time. Trader Joe's, yeah. When it comes to mainstream, when they report on Bernie and Biden, it's all BS. Really? I thought they were telling the truth. Yeah, I'm well aware of that. The VA is lying about supplying PPE. VA workers are being abused. Of course they are. God. If people don't stand up now, things will be very, very bad. Absolutely. Now's the time. Now's the time. You believe everything that scientists say? It depends. It depends. Like if they're funded by someone, it depends. I'm not going to get a stimulus check because I refuse to file taxes. I get that. FBI corruption? No, you can trust the FBI. Why would you ever think of that kind of thing, guys? Yeah, Bill Gates funded the WHO and the CDC. But Greta, drink oil. It makes your face better. 419 likes. Let's read some super chats, folks. Boom, 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 boom. Sean Kometz, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Sean's got great artwork. Check it out. Nothing like working full-time in the front lines and still being in debt. I work full-time in data security, keeping servers up, and art on the side, not making ends meet. Just keep on keeping on. Yeah, man. Sean does some great art. Support what Sean does. I appreciate that. I mean, it's like, it's, yeah. Unionize. Find a union, Sean, and get them, reach out to a union that represents your job and reach out to them and say, how do I unionize? What do I do? I'm telling you, everybody unionize. I don't give a shit what you're doing. Unionize it. You drive for Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, unionize it. Unionize it. You work for a big fast food chain, a big restaurant chain that has big billions of dollars, unionize that shit. Do it. I'm telling you. Imagine every Denny's worker, everybody at Wendy's and every fast food, like get it unionized. Get it unionized. If McDonald's went union, do you know that they hire the most people? They're like one of the top employers in America. Walmart had unionized. Now's the time. Everyone would back you. Everyone would back you in your community. I'm telling you, man. Everyone would back you. It's time to do it. Big Baby Zuba, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I'll buy stuff to him, shave those knuckles. Right on. Any way you can support, I appreciate it. And I get it if money's tight. Believe me, I understand it. If you can, awesome. If all you can afford is $1 or $2, great. If you don't have any money, no worries, man. Like I said, hit the like button, share me on your social media. Those are great free ways to support the show. If you watch it on YouTube, let the ads play all the way through. That's a great free way to support the show. Listen to my Pandora channel, Graham Elwood Pandora channel. That's free, and I get a residual income for that. So many great free ways to support what I'm doing. I really appreciate it, and I totally get it if money's tight. Do not worry about it. All right? Boom. Pan Alimi. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. How did you shave your knuckles? How did the Shave Your Knuckles for Justice start? I get this question maybe once a week or so, and thank you for asking. It started a little over a year ago. I was reading out the super chat names and I went, boom. And I just looked at it in the monitor. I was like, man, I got hairy knuckles. And I was like, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. That's it. There's no big story behind it. I usually sometimes I'll make up a story, in Iceland, the Fishermen's Union would all shave their knuckles in solidarity in the early 1900s, and that's what's in reference to. I wish there was some more fanciful historical reference to it, but it's just me being a jackass. That's all it is. It's just like vegan guns. But thanks for asking. I love telling the story. One of the people, shave them, one of the people. $3,900 stimulus. Our rulers deemed my electrical job at $40 an hour essential. A week before rulers forced everything to close, I got my $7,000 tax return. Seems like someone in government isn't using their brain. Well, I'm glad. My thing is, man, get every penny you can from the government. Just be careful that it's not a loan. If you can avoid it. If you got to do a loan, you got to do it. But like, if they're giving you, take it. Take it. Because they'll take your house, they'll take your business, they don't care. They'll let the banks steal everything. They don't care if your kids are on the street. They don't give a shit. So you get stimulus, man, take it. Invest it, support some other small business owners. You got friends or family that aren't working and got laid off. See if you can hire them to do something. If you got extra, save money, knock down, get rid of your debt, get rid of no bank debt, get rid of bank debt. That's my #1 goal for this year. I don't want any bank debt. That's how they keep us. That's how they keep us down. A mortgage is different, but like, I get an unsecured bank debt. I should be clear. Secured bank debt is like a car loan or a house that I get. But unsecured bank debt, man, they want us in this revolving credit card shit. God, it's brutal. Anthony, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Mega factory is farming, killing Lake Erie algae. Yeah. It's another reason to get rid to unionize and to go into small worker cooperatives and to get rid of these big corporations, because they are just pummeling the planet. Their capitalism is killing the planet. It is killing us. People are dying for these shitty jobs because there's nothing else, and there's not. If we had free healthcare, people wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm going." They'd be like, "I'm not going to some shitty job to die for this." But it's like, I gotta. No. Big Baby Zubas, shave your knuckles for justice. All rollbacks are Walmart cutting profit margins. Yeah, I know. Timothy McGinnis. What's up, Timothy? Shave your knuckles for justice. I work in an extremely anti-union grocery store in an extremely anti-union state. I'd love to strike, but I think we'd all be fired unless we all go on strike. Well, that's the thing, Timothy. Reach out to a grocery store union and get some information and ask them how to unionize, and just start planting the seeds with your coworkers. Because if all your coworkers go, yeah, man, we're getting screwed, then you could just start planting the seeds. Don't just run out and strike and risk losing. I understand not wanting to lose your job. I totally get it. And don't do anything too crazy and risky, but just go reach out to a grocery union and see what they have to say. See what the next steps are. Look into it. That can't hurt. Be quiet about it. You slowly start talking to people, friends at work, and say, talk to this union. I can do this. Just be quiet about it. Don't let them find out, because they'll fire you, man. So, I hear you, but I'm saying now's the time. Now is the time when you're going to have more of your coworkers being willing to stand with you. And if everybody did it, then you have the power. And now is the time where everybody's going to be more willing to do it. That's my suggestion, man. I mean, make the choice that's best for you and your family. I'm not like shaming you if you don't. I'm not saying that, but just look into it. Jim Garrison, shave your knuckles for justice. Gates and Epstein, 2020. Yeah. Oh God. Oh my goodness gracious. A Sharpie Major, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you for watching the show in New Zealand. Citizens Media TV, shave your knuckles for justice. What's up, Jeff? I know the vid's coming. It's all good. FYI, consistently hearing windy static as you talk, then stops when you stop speaking. Been for a week now. Shit, I'm trying to I know, I've been tweaking this and working on it, and I need to get... Normally I would have an audio tech come in here and look at this, but I can't. So I'm trying to set up a FaceTime with an audio tech that can look at my board, because there's all these little knobs on it that I don't know what they do. I'm aware of the problem. I appreciate it. It's driving me nuts more than anybody, believe me. I've even debated not doing as many videos until I get it fixed, but I don't know. But I'm looking into it. As far as your video that I did with you, I've got to do some more editing to it and stuff like that. Jeff, I thought it would be up sooner. I might reach out to you to talk to you more about that. But thank you for supporting the show. Check out Activist MMT, his Activist MMT podcast, and watch my MMT playlist that has numerous interviews with Jeff Epstein. Not the bad one that hung himself with a paper t-shirt. The good one, the MMT one, who did Ron Placone's theme song. And watch my MMT playlist. So if you want to know more about MMT, but we just did a great interview last week, Jeff explaining in more detail how the Federal Reserve and the Treasury work. Because there's a couple things I was wrong about, or just was not as fully informed as I should have been or need to be on some videos I did about the Federal Reserve. So Jeff just came on the show to help fill in the gaps, and it's a really cool presentation. But I'm working on getting that up. It was just fucking editing. Jesus. But But thank you, Citizens Media TV. And check out the Citizens Media TV YouTube channel. Mendo Made 707, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Here's the patent number for Bill Gates' mind control vaccine. Go look it up, people. Number W020200600606. Thank you for that, my friend. Thank you, Mendo Made. You're making Gotham great again. Kilkenny B. Boom. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Got laid off Friday. $800 Cobra. Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know, if you have health insurance through your job and you get laid off, you can keep your health insurance and pay what's called Cobra. You can keep the same health insurance, but in this particular case, it's $800 a month. And Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats don't think we need Medicare for all. She just wants to give you to cut that Cobra number down a little bit. No, we need Medicare for all, Nancy. Not you drinking in your wine cave. But the reason she's worth $100 million is she's corrupt. She's profiting from the healthcare lobby. That's why she is paid to do everything in her power to prevent Kilkenny B and all of us from having Medicare for all. Because you paying $800 a month makes her get to go buy $100 worth of ice cream while people sleep in the streets. Our government sucks. Let's give each other catastrophic insurance through GoFundMe. Let the insurance companies burn. Yeah, man. I'm so sorry, Kilkenny. I'm sorry you got laid off. And, man, thank you for supporting the show, even though you've been laid off. You don't need to do that if money's tight. Please. Please. But, like, it gets it. I love this community that we've created here. And you guys honestly share your stories with me. And it's just like hard because I'm just like, Jesus. Like, wow. We'll organize a union. Go and start organizing a general strike, man. It makes what Bernie did all of this infuriates me all the more that he didn't fight so that Kilkenny B shouldn't be jacked up for $800 a month. He got laid off because of a pandemic, because the government has shut everything down, and you should then have free health care. And you should be getting some type of UBI or severance, something, for the next year. But now you're stuck with an $800 a month medical. God, that's fucked. Thanks for supporting the show, Kilkenny. Todd Southern, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Future topic, Seattle General Strike or Kronstadt. I'm not sure what Kronstadt means, Todd. I don't know what that means. I'm missing something. My fault. I'm down with the Seattle General Strike. I'm down with the United States General Strike. I'm down with a global one. Jonathan Tostado, making Gotham great again. Time to take it to the next level. Manscaped for Justice. All right. Whoops, deplatformed. Sean Komitz, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. In states with right-to-work laws, they make examples of people who try to unionize. I'm sure they do. Companies trying to make more with less employees. Yeah, I know. Right to work. Look at the way look at the propaganda around that title. We're a right-to-work state. So they're subliminally planting this message that, well, unions make it harder for you to work. Come on. Are there examples where unions have done some stuff that wasn't above board? Or what? I'm sure, but overall, that's bullshit. It's a right to work state. No, a billionaire wrote that law, and a marketing team that they paid for came up with that slogan, right to work. It's such bullshit. I know you're right. I know, Sean. And I'm not advocating for anybody in an anti-union right to work state to like put themselves on the line and they make examples of people. I will say this. There's never been a pandemic like this. It's going to be harder for them to make examples of people. If you, the first and foremost, get as many people involved in your strike as possible and involved in unionizing as possible, it ain't going to be easy. Now they've never, now you have the leverage. So in the past, people would get mad at you. Oh, stop causing problems, blah, blah, blah. I'll just go across the street. Now everybody's realizing. Even people who maybe weren't big union supporters or were right to workers or were starting to see how important it is. This has never happened before. The last time this happened, as I showed, was 100 years ago. I know everyone's got to make their own personal decision and all that other stuff. I'm just saying, yes, they make examples of people in right to work states, absolutely. And you've never had this much leverage. Jedi Mullet 77, shaving knuckles for justice. Instead of getting a $4 trillion bailout, the elite should have just bought insurance. That way their claims would have been denied like the rest of us. Yeah, free market. Sorry, guys, the free market. I guess it should, isn't capitalism great? No, the billionaires don't have free market capitalism. They have socialism. They're always taken care of by the state. The government always takes care of the billionaires. And always. We're not. We're out there slugging it out in this fucking toxic capitalism land like some kind of Mad Max post-apocalyptic hellscape. That's how we live. Legendary ostrich, shave your knuckles for justice. World War II helped us get out of the Great Depression. If we're heading into another depression, are you scared we'll get into a major war to get out of it? Oh, God. Well, we weren't already in 7 wars before World War II started. So it is slightly different. That's a very valid point you brought up. And I wouldn't put it past them. How do we get out? You know, we're in the Great Depression and they go, oh, and then there'll be some false flag from Iran or something. Everyone's got to suit up and go down to Venezuela or whatever. We've never been in this place before, and people are really starting to realize the how we're going to pay for it crowd is really going, well, wait a minute, they're just giving trillions of dollars to banks and everything, and no one's asking how we're going to pay for it. So let's wait a minute. And people are realizing all these like small government, no taxes, like, well, wait, we need government money. We hold on a minute. I need a stimulus check. This ain't right. May 1st is next week. It's next week. Rent is due next week. And all these, how are we going to pay for it? And these right to worker folks and small government and no taxes, they're all going to go, whoa. A lot of them are going to go, wait a minute, I was laid off. I can't pay my rent. I can't pay my mortgage. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. I'm telling you, this has never happened in history. This is the time. And if the workers of America don't unionize and don't start general strike and don't wake up and don't fight back and don't use their leverage, you won't get it back. You won't have it again. They'll give everybody little table scraps. They'll come sweep up all of our businesses, and that's that. And then we'll all get injected with Bill Gates' tracking device, vaccine, and there we go. Robin Hood, shaving knuckles for justice. Why isn't Fauci teaching people how to build a strong immune system naturally? Instead, he's promoting a toxic vaccine. Yeah, he's paid by the pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies don't want you taking zinc and vitamin C and going out in the sun and getting vitamin D. They don't want you doing that. They don't want you taking echinacea, and they don't want you doing that. Garlic. They want you to get hooked on their drugs. They're drug dealers. You know? It's like a meth dealer, crack dealer doesn't want you naturally getting high from meditating or going out in nature, surfing, laughing, unlocking all these positive chemicals in your body. Whenever you laugh, all these positive things happen. Your blood. Like if you're ever really stressed and you can't sleep, just start laughing or thinking of something funny or watch something funny, and you will see physiologically the human body is a pharmacy. So what you do taps into what this chemical and that chemical. That's why laughing is so powerful. Blood rate comes down. When you're angry, cortisol goes up, blood pressure goes up, makes it hard to sleep. Whereas when you laugh, all those things come down, improves your sleep cycle. They don't want you to do that. Just take a sleeping pill, take this pill, take that. Well, this pill gives me there's a side effect. Okay, we'll take this other pill on top of that pill to counteract the side effect. And you're just like in this, it's a drug dealer. I want to feel good about my life. Well, I can sell you this drug to make you feel good. No, I just want to laugh naturally. You know, there's no drug dealers out there selling laughs and good times and joy and being in nature and playing with your children or a pet or, you know, swimming, surfing. They don't want you doing those things. They want you taking their drugs. And the FDA and the pharmaceutical companies are the biggest drug dealers on the planet. Lori Mountain Gal Pal, what's up, Lori? Where's a vid of Granny Petrol to share with friends? There's some Granny Petrol videos on that I've dropped. I've been doing Granny Petrol on the Saturday Zoom shows. Maybe I'll just cut out the Granny Petrol segments and release those. But I'll do more Granny Petrol videos, regular videos. I'll do more of those. Don't worry. They're out there. They're on my channel. I didn't make like a Granny Petrol playlist yet because there's only like 2 or 3 of them. But Beth Thomas, shave your knuckles, Beth. When it comes to our government, fear is the currency of control. Now is the time to be fearless. Absolutely. Curious one, shave your knuckles. Graham, where's Shim? Can you summon him to lead us in a lower chakra meditation? All right, let's go see if Shimmy Shim's around. 475 likes. Hit the like button. 530 watching. Right on. Being out in nature is the best. Absolutely. General Strike. Right on. Victoria Jen, what's up? Next stimulus should include a pill voucher. God. Hiya. Shim Shay. All right, let's see. Let's do a Shim Shay. Let's do. Find some good Shim Shay background music. Let's just get water, stream, or some mountain. There you go, everybody. Well, I think Shim Shay just walked in. We'll get him over here in a sec, everybody. Hello, it's Shimshay here. I just returned from a inner harmonious seance on Mount Shasta with Sasha Butterfly playing some amazing healing music, and I wanted to give you some inner chakra alignment work that can help align the chakras for you in a way that basically unlocks your true essence. And now I'm probably a little more enlightened than you, and that's okay. That's your journey, that's your path. But manifest. This is a property that my great uncle owns that I inherited. So just manifest inheriting your own piece of property. And I just want to do a meditational breathing chakra alignment for us today. Oh, yes, breathe. Breathe in pure, clean thoughts that align your chakras. Oh, breathe in that Debbie Wasserman Schultz didn't cheat. Oh, there you go. Breathe out. Everything's great. There you go. Breathe in that the Democratic Party is just better for all of us. It's better than. Breathe in that Obama dropped more bombs than Bush. Breathe out. Just breathe out that that's a number to acknowledge. Just breathe it out. Just, breathe in. Believe all women. Breathe out. There we go. Except the women that accuse Joe Biden and Bill Clinton. Just, we don't acknowledge them. They're Russian assets. So just line up. War's bad, except when a Democrat president does it. Then it's necessary. There you go. Oh, yes. Breathe in. Breathe in. Oh, breathe out. There you go. Remember your inner color, your color of your chakra is any blue will do. And I sell these chakra crystals on my website they're only $900, and I have you go to shimshayhealing.gov, that I also do a $10,000 retreat on a different place, a private island that my grandfather owns. And just if you can't afford it, just manifest $10,000. Just think about it, or just manifest having a trust fund where you inherit your own private island. And there you don't have to be constrained in the regular jobs. You can just manifest being third generation blue blood. Just manifest that. Manifest that, Obama never did anything wrong. Oh, yes. Manifest that Flint's water is actually clean, even though it's still contaminated. Just manifest that it's clean. Oh, manifest that Obama, even though he approved more pipelines and opened up the Arctic to drilling twice, just blow it out and say only Republicans do bad things with the environment. Breathe in that Pelosi is good for us. Breathe out that she's rich and has a walk-in freezer. Just breathe it in, breathe it out. Find your true essence. Yes, breathe in. Any accusations about Kamala Harris, but breathe out their truth. Like, Kamala Harris is wonderful. Breathe out that she jailed over 120,000 people of color while she was Attorney General of the state of California. Breathe in that she's a progressive, fierce warrior. K-high. Breathe out the facts that she took money from Mnuchin and didn't prosecute him when she had overwhelming evidence that One West was guilty of mortgage fraud. Just breathe out that he donated to her senatorial campaign and Breathe in that she's part of the resistance, but breathe out that she then voted for Mnuchin to approve him as Secretary of Treasury under Trump's cabinet. Ah, find your essence. Ah. This has been another neoliberal guided breath work and chakra alignment. My name is Shimshay, and as always, breathe in the justice of the Shartakta. Ah, find the oneness using your Amex Gold card. Okay, thanks, Shimshay. Thanks for popping by. Always nice to see you, buddy. You know, I just kind of like, he's my neighbor, and I just like, you know, bringing him on, and give some, you know, just give a different set of, you know, different idea just to let him do. So, Graham Avocado Elwood. So we'll get this down here. This, yeah, I mean, I appreciate this live webcam of his uncle or grandfather. I don't know what it is, but this, you know, we gotta just bring this down here. So. Shut that down. This sound gave you chilling vibes. I'm glad you guys like that. 507 likes, right on. So there you go, curious one. You got a little shimshay on your Sunday afternoon. All right, we're going to wrap it up here soon. Creative experiments. Mark Cuban on You Who Financed It. He was once an Ayn Rand libertarian, and now he's a big believer in federal jobs program because he's afraid of a Walking Dead future. Who's the zombie? In this analogy, he's also the one who said workers have more leverage now than they've ever had, and they need to unionize. Because you know what Mark Cuban's doing? He's smart enough to realize, oh, wow, people could rise up and take out the 1%. He's aware of that. He is very aware of that. That's why he's like, and he said, how billionaires and CEOs deal with this pandemic, history is not going to be kind to the ones that were greedy. He said that. So he's aware that this is like, he's probably taking the temperature of regular people better than most billionaires. He's still a billionaire. I'm not saying he's one of the good ones, but and he's probably hearing a lot of the anger and people out there not having money and can't pay their bills and what are they going to do? And he's like, uh-oh, because he understands 99% of the population is more than 1% of the population. And when you're in like the 1/10 of 1%, like he is, you own multi-billion dollars. You can have only so many gated communities and so many security guards before people are just going to get pissed off. They're just going to get mad. And I don't advocate, I'm always nonviolent, peaceful resistance, but there's some really angry people out there, and it's going to get worse if they keep losing their jobs and all that stuff. So I think he's aware of it. And unionize, general strikes, guys. Matt asks, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, are you implying Dr. Butcher is dishonorable and untrustworthy? I'm asking sincerely. I don't know if I'm saying he's dishonorable and untrustworthy. I'm saying that he is like links and ties and has worked for the big pharmaceutical companies. So he's going to be more inclined, and it might just be, I'm not making excuses for him, but neither am I saying, I just question somebody that, I'll give you an example. So my stepmom was a nurse. She was raised in traditional medicine, and she was always a little skeptical of like holistic approaches to things. And some of it was because that was the research she did and that she came up with. I don't think she wasn't getting paid by pharmaceutical companies or anything like that. She believed more in Western medicine's, data, science. She believed in that. And, I had some family members that were more like, oh, try this, chakra crystal thing, kind of like the Shimshay stuff. And she would always kind of roll her eyes. And there is some holistic stuff that sounds kind of sounds a little nutty. Some of the new agey stuff, I don't know. So she was just like, but she just came up in that Western medicine thing. So that's probably Dr. Fucci came up in that. He said some things that make sense. I've listened to him. He wants data and testing and all that. But when you've worked for the big pharmaceutical companies, I've had physicians, I'm sure you have too, who like recommend this pharmaceutical product and that pharmaceutical product. And I know how it works. Pharmaceutical reps come to the hospitals, and they used to, in the 90s, they had free, they could take people out to lunch and give them blah, 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 and spend all this money, and doctors were flown all over the world. And now it's like there's more regulation up, but they're still like, hey, let me buy everybody lunch and I'll show you this new product. And if you recommend this prescription drug, not that it's, even if it's safe and helps people, and Western medicine has helped a lot of people, I'm always concerned because I don't hear, well, first of all, and I said this in the interview with Lee Camp, we brought that up, the head of Goldman Sachs said, finding cures is bad for business. So the pharmaceutical companies don't want to find cures. They just want to give you a prescription that you have to keep taking forever. If you get a cure and you take it one time, that's the only time they get money from you. And I've also had more doctors that use more of a holistic approach and are like, and they were trained in Western medicine, and they have, you know, they went to med school, but they're also like, let the human body fix itself best. And that's how I've always approached things. So I don't think, I'm not like anything Fauci says is a lie and a scam. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I just have questions with Western medicine, whose first instinct is a prescription drug. And again, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. There's polio, all these vaccines have been created, but the pharmaceutical industry, again, is now just looking for profit over what's best for the human being and society. And doctors that came up in that system, they might not have the full story. Because I've seen doctors, the most, you know, impressive degrees and all this study stuff, and they're very, very knowledgeable, but they just will miss part of it because they don't want to look at this other stuff. And their first instinct is, and people that I've known, they dated someone that worked in traditional medicine, and they're all about that. And I get it, but I think the human body is pretty amazing. And I mean, I may take a prescription as the ultimate last resort, whereas I think they just are a first response to it. I don't know. That's my thought on that. Jedi Mullet 77, Shaving Knuckles for Justice Warren. I have a pill for that. Well, we need a pill for her. Thanks, Jedi Mullet. Right on. Sam D. What's up, brother? Can Marlon Shatner sing Chain of Fools today? Yes, you got it. Boom. BA. What's up, BA? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. It's also depressing, especially the low information people who keep voting against their own interests. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Graham, for doing what you do, especially the keeping the Epstein story going. Yeah. I watched Out of the Shadows, by the way, and I'm going to do a whole video on that. I was going to do this live stream, but there's just more I need to add to it. Watch that documentary. Many of you recommended I watched it on this live stream, in fact, and I finally watched it today. It's very powerful. Watch it. And I will going to be doing a video on it in the next day or two. I just need to, they bring up great stuff, great information. They talk to the CIA whistleblower, and there's some Satan and Luciferian shit in there. Oh my God, it's awful. But yeah, thank you. Don't get too depressed. That's one of the reasons why after I watched that documentary, I thought about doing a segment on it. I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can. I got to take breaks. I'm going to keep doing the Epstein stuff, and I got to just take breaks, but I will keep doing it. I'm not giving up on that. Yeah, I feel obligated to do it, but I got to do it in balance so that it's dark. But find the light, find the joy. There are good things happening. The air quality is better. I've talked about that. There's
people coming together in really cool ways, and people are realizing we need each other more than ever. And we can't, people need human contact. We can't spend all day, you know, I mean, obviously I use the internet, this show and everything, but I like doing this because this is more of a human contact, because we get to interact in a certain way. I know it's digitally, but I really see how much I miss the live comedy shows and all the people I've met out there. After Sam Dean, met him in Melbourne, Australia. Annabelle Corley, so many of you I've met out there. Ember 33, I've met so many of you out there after the show's live that I really miss the live shows. And so stay positive. There is positive stuff coming out of this. It is dark. I'm not trying to like, oh, everything's great, you know, la la la. But look for positive news. And I'm seeing just little things in my community in LA where people are helping each other out, and I think people are really waking up. Edward Dunning, shave him, Edward. Hey you, boom. Ciao. John Doe, ha ha ha. Thank you, John. Yoga with Steph Danelio, Shimshay, your knuckles for justice. Yoga with Steph Danelio, maybe it sounds like yoga. Maybe you got an online yoga studio. I'd like to check that out. Shave your knuckles for justice. George Allen, boom. You're making Gotham great again, George. I just drove for miles and you're still on. Here's 5 more. I'm still working because I'm a caregiver. Glad to help. Oh, right on, George. And show George some love for being a caregiver. That's not easy. Anybody on here that works in medicine or is a frontline worker, man, show them some love. That ain't easy. Thank you for doing that. Cal exit, 534 likes. All right, folks, we've been talking for an hour 47. I gotta go. I gotta be careful because I'm live streaming like 6 days a week and I don't want to lose my voice. So, but I will sing what Sam suggested, Chain of Fools. All right. Okay. Here we go, folks. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of Fools. For 5 long years, I thought you were my man. But I found out I'm just a link in your chain. Oh, you got me where you want me. I ain't nothing but your fool. You treated me mean and oh, you treated me cruel. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. Every chain has got a weak link. I might be weak, child, but I'll give you strength. Oh, yeah. You tell me to leave you alone. My father said, come on home. My doctor said, take it easy. Oh, but your loving is much too strong. I'm added to your chain, 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 chain. The chain of fools. Oh, one of these mornings, chain is going to break the chain. But up until then, I'm going to take all I can take. Oh, chain. Chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools Scotty, oh, chain. Chain. Chain, chain. Chain. The chain. Fools. Uhura, open up a chain. Chain. What factor 5? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our live stream for this Sunday, the last one of April. Remember now, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, Monday, I will live stream exclusively on Rockfin tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern, exclusively rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. If you haven't already, go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Sign up, follow me, like my channel. It's free. If you want to get premium content for all the content creators, it's only $10 a month. And when you do that, I get residual income. It's blockchain. And we get paid by cryptocurrency. So it's Graham's Monday night, late night crypto party. So check that out. And then I will be going live this whole week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at varying times. Follow me on Twitter at Graham Elwood, or make sure you hit the bell notification button on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And then, of course, you can go to I'm going to vote that Chain of Fools is one of the best Marlon Shatner performances ever. Definitely top 5, Graham Elwood. Thank you, Sam Dean. And you can ask me questions on Rockfin, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be live streaming here on YouTube. It'll depend on the time. I do some at night, some in the afternoon, because you're all in different time zones. So hit the bell notification button and you'll get notified when I go live. Also, I make everybody, I announce it on Twitter at Graham Elwood and Instagram and my Facebook fan page. Check that out. Go to grahamelwood.com. You can donate on PayPal. You can donate on Venmo. You can buy merch at my site. If you buy stuff tonight, I'll put it in the mail tomorrow. I ship at the post office, all union labor, and you're supporting small business. My t-shirt company is a family-owned business. I'm a small business owner. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you doing this. 549 likes. Right on, man. What a solid afternoon. Have a great evening, day, wherever you're at in the world, and unionize. Start striking. This is the time. We've got them where we want them. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're all making Gotham great again.